All right, so just right off the bat, let's jump right into Call Girl. If you could, give us the whole idea why'd you decide to make this? Like, I know that you were doing other things, and we'll get into that as well. But what was the inspiration behind this? Because I mean, it's hard to participate in a horror movie alone, but a 5-minute film, that's pretty ridiculous, and you pulled it off quite well. So, what was the inspiration behind this? How did this get all started?
Well, I run that screening series, and through doing that, saw tons of shorts, and my favorites were always like the micro shorts, like 5-8 minutes, or even less. I've seen some that are 1 minute. They're just like, what? They're crazy. But it's a script written by a friend of mine who let me read it like almost 2 years ago now, and he was going to direct it, then decided he just wanted to stay on the writing side. And I just, after a while, got the guts to ask him if I could. I let another friend of mine read it, and he was like, if you want to, try this, this would be like the perfect thing to do first.
Nice.
It was like that advice. I was like, I should do it. So I asked him, and but it was definitely a lot harder than I thought.
What was the whole process going from taking somebody else's material and trying to actually project that on screen? I mean, did you guys have to work? Did you work close together with him during that process, or were you just like free reign, make it look your own?
Well, I did talk to him a lot, but he didn't really. I would tell him things. It was weird because I would tell him a lot of stuff, and he kind of would. It was hard at first. I struggled with it a lot. Like, what could I change, or how do I make it mine when I didn't write it? At first, that was a huge struggle, and then I just realized I just had to do, what I wanted to do. That was why I was making it,
Right.
And so there were like times where it was like a little. I think I just felt awkward because he's a friend, and I, kind of knew what he envisioned, and so I struggled with knowing what he wanted and what I wanted at times. But in the end, like, it's been great, and we want to work together again, and so we haven't, no drama or anything.
So that's good. That's good. That's good.
It's challenging, and I think like as a writer, you are like, I think so in love with what you did that it's. I assume it's hard to see someone else do it.
Right. To let that go and let somebody just run with it. So very cool. I know Dave and I were talking about the whole casting thing.
Yeah. So how did you, this is like your first thing, how did you get Tristan and Lawrence?
I don't even know.
They were just there. Yeah.
Just by being a huge horror nerd and going to all these conventions and stuff and meeting them.
Right.
And then Lawrence is, everyone that meets him will tell you he's like the sweetest guy, like the opposite of what you see him play. Really. But he's invited back to every convention he's at. But I met him 2 years ago, and I sent him the script kind of just for help, and he told me he'd help in any way and offered to be in it. And
wow,
then,
nice.
Through him, like, connections to Tristan,
Yeah.
But it was just, I couldn't believe it when Tristan then also was interested. I was like, this can't be happening. I'm too intimidated to even deal with this situation.
And it seemed like, I mean, going off of them, I mean, talking to Tristan before, and huge fan of the Human Centipede films ourselves, their chemistry for that short 5 minutes was really great. And I think if that chemistry wasn't there, that 5 minutes just would have flopped. You know what I mean? And it just really sold that film. So going off of that, I mean, exactly how did it go with the whole process of directing this? I mean, you have a 5-minute film. Did you have multiple takes? Was this a one-day thing? Obviously, one camera shot the entire time. What was this whole process like?
We did it in one night,
wow.
But it was quite a few takes. We made it to look like it's continuous. There is just one break in there. But where you'll never find it, I swear to God.
Say, we can't find it. We watched it several times, so.
Yeah, well, at first people suggested using that kind of lag thing as a way to cut whenever we wanted.
Right.
And I didn't want to do it for that reason, and so I didn't even plan on doing that till, like, editing. I changed everything. But, yeah, we had, like, crazy visual effects done to make the scenes, like, seamless. And so I don't even understand it. It blows my mind. But, really, my first time I just felt so, like, out of my element with everything. But as far as, since they weren't in town, I couldn't really rehearse. And so the first time I saw them read it together was the day before. And movie isn't really like theater, you know, people just kind of just show up and do it right then.
Right.
But they were just great. And I really have Lawrence to thank for, like, everything. Tristan wanted to work with him so bad. I think that's why I got lucky and got her.
Oh, okay.
He posted something about it, and she had met him before. And I'm just telling you, like, anyone that meets him will just, like, do anything to, like, work with him or hang out with him or anything. I think the Soskas have, like, they've said they've written a script for him, like, to be the lead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Maybe we need to do something.
Yeah, I think we need to write something, apparently. So we can hang out with him, because he looks awesome, in my opinion. But
Has he not been out? He was out there filming Human Centipede 3 last May.
That's right. That's right, which I can't wait for. I'm super excited for that. Uh-oh.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do.
I know. What the heck are they going to do now? I saw a couple still photos. I was like, okay. I don't want to read this because it's just going to ruin it for me.
Yeah.
I just need to wait and be good and drunk and hope for the best. What's next for... So what's next? I mean, obviously, is Call Girl going to be... I know you've been doing a couple little festivals with it and whatnot, but what's next for it? Are you going to be releasing this on an anthology, kind of like, you know, the ABCs of Death type thing? What's going to happen with this?
Actually, as far as, like, distributing, I was considering, like, putting out kind of my own little anthology of sorts, maybe just a compilation of some short films, like, from the year. I think that's just kind of an easier way to sell it, you know, or as a consumer, you know, buying one short film for 5 minutes is just kind of silly. I feel kind of silly even for trying to do that.
Right, yeah.
But I thought that I'm thinking about getting together some friends' films and trying to do that.
Oh, that'd be great. What was going on with Pity? We saw on your IMDb. What's happening with that?
That is just came out at the same time as Call Girl. It's playing all over. Also, Call Girl's played a few times with it. I executive produced that, and I was on set doing, like, I was like top of the pot and the bottom of the rung, like actually assistant and producer.
That's awesome.
But that's a friend of mine, John Pata, up in Wisconsin, who's made a couple films, and so Pity's going all over. I think it's playing the Holly Shorts that they just announced that in May out in LA.
Nice.
So.
And do you have anything that's going to happen with Call Girl for more film festivals?
Well, I've entered 1 million.
Good.
I feel like most of them I won't find out, you know, till like into summer because they're all fall.
Gotcha.
All the horror Halloween stuff. It's
right.
all at the same time of the year. Like
right, that's true. Well, then hopefully you'll have a bunch and you get to pick and choose, right? So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dream.
That's right. So what's next for you? I mean, we have a couple more questions, but what's next for you? Because I personally, like I told you, I've spoken to a couple conversations with you before. I absolutely love this film. Plain and simple. I thought it was a great ride. I did not expect to see the ending, which I won't spoil alert it, but I just did not expect that. Neither one of us did. So it was done really well. But my question really is, you know, when are we going to see something that you're writing? Because I want to see something that you're doing here. So what's next?
That's what I want to do next. I want to make a film I've written.
Gotcha.
So I'm working on a few things. I feel I don't really like to go too far into stuff because I personally can't stand when people are like, I'm writing this, until you're actually doing it. Like, don't talk about it, you know?
Right.
But I'd like to maybe shoot something by the end of the year. I don't know. That sounds crazy when I think about it, but I kind of want to.
Yeah. You kind of got the itch going right now, huh? Let's get in there and get it done type thing.
Well, now you're on record as saying that you want to do it, so now you got a little bit of a push.
That's right.
No, she just says shit and doesn't do it.
If that's the case, we'll edit that out if we have to. Don't worry. So tell us a little bit about the start of with Slaughterhouse.
Well, it's a monthly screening series here in Kansas City that I've been running. It'll be 2 years in June, and it's kind of the same convention I went to. It's kind of what started like everything. It's where the Texas Frightmare in 2012. It's where I met Lawrence and where I met all these filmmakers. More so, the guys who made Dear God No.
Gotcha.
Seen that?
Yes. Yes, I have.
But that's the first film I ever screened, and I think I just didn't realize like that there was this whole kind of like community of like that level of filmmakers that are just like everyday people. I had like no idea that world was so close and so down to earth. So I went to that convention, and I came home and just started it with that movie and a couple other movies I saw there. And I was lucky I have friends that own a bar downtown, so I had a venue that was easy to use.
Nice.
That's probably the hardest part, is finding a venue. Because I do it all for free. I don't charge cover or anything, and nobody really makes money off anything. But I just would ask those filmmakers, like, what other films would you recommend me, like, contacting the director of that? So it's just like a chain reaction of all these friends' films. And so through that is how I've made all these friends that helped me make Call Girl. It's like what inspired me to do it was really all those people.
That's really cool.
More than like, big directors I might idolize, but it's like those people are what made me realize that I could like try to do it too,
And successfully, by the way. So, yes. And I've heard...
shocking to us, like, who thinks the end is a twist or not. Because I'm just like, I've seen it like 10,000 times. I just feel like, it's so obvious what's going to happen. Maybe
right. No, we didn't think it was obvious, yeah. Yeah, all of a sudden I was like, what the heck just happened? Like, it's awesome. I love Tristan even more now. So, going off of that, I mean, obviously you were talking about Harvey about being a completely different person than what he, portrays on film, so to speak. And a lot of people are like that, but I mean, I've talked to people about Tristan. We interviewed Tristan. I mean, she's just a fireball of a lady. Yeah, right. Like it's how was working?
Amazing.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. How was it working with her? I mean, being able to channel. I mean, she was on film for like 3 minutes of the 5 minutes type thing. But she sold it, and she did well, and it was just something that seemed so natural. Was that process with her, like directing her, and then we'll also talk about Lawrence as well, about directing him. Like, how did they able to have that connection with you during the filming? So
well, with Tristan, she's just like they both are naturals, but she's the kind of I would describe as just someone that's always like on. Like when you're even just like sitting and talking with her, she's like performing. Like you probably saw, like she's just so full of energy, and so free. Like mind like that is not like very common. Like people that are just like, I don't even know.
Right.
She reminds me a lot of a friend I grew up with, and before I worked with her that weekend, I was real nervous and like intimidated, and that made me so uncomfortable. Like this is like the girl I grew up with. But as far as like directing, they were just I feel like I barely had to say anything besides action. We changed. They were so natural. It wasn't like they just went with their own thing. It wasn't like script word for word. And if we wanted to, I don't even know. It was so easy. I was just shocked by that. Their performances, it took no work from me. I felt like I was barely directing in that sense. It was more controlling all of the other technical stuff.
Right. That's very cool. Very cool. We were talking, and without giving anything away, we were talking about the whole the conversation that Lawrence was having before she steps into the film. Like, what was that like? Is this opening up something else? Because we don't really know who that is. That was never said. Is this something that the writer or even you maybe could write? Hint. Can we? Because we want to see you make more. Is this going somewhere else? Is Call Girl going to be more than just a 5-minute thing, or is this just how it is right now?
Well, that part of it is really like the way we did the whole thing is we wanted it to make it feel like that you were the other person.
Okay.
So even more like that you're the voyeur watching it.
Gotcha. And
this writer is like working on an idea for a feature. It's not like totally within that world. It's kind of like that's just a tiny part of it. Mm-hmm. But his idea I really like.
Good.
Pretty cool. I don't want to say anything about
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Yeah.
What I really liked about that was a lot of the movies, like webcam style movies, just look like a movie with webcam in it. Instead, I wanted to feel like you were watching it like right now, like more like interactive, rather than like found footage, like it's like live, feeling.
I think I don't know. I felt like you accomplished that because it was almost unnerving at points, and that's why I think that the movie was so successful in my eyes because. I watched full-length films where I just felt like, okay, well, that was vomit. This was 5 minutes long, and I was hooked. I was ready to see more. So, kudos to you for that. We appreciate that. So,
you gotta make part.
Yeah.
We need everyone to want to see more, and then some rich producer will give us money to
Thank you. Said like a true champion of the indie films. I love it. One last thing, and I try to keep it short and sweet, but full of life here. Beer of choice or alcohol of choice for Call Girl? How would you pair that?
What would I pick for it? Actually, vanilla vodka.
Oh, nice.
Vanilla vodka is Lawrence's favorite drink.
Oh, okay.
And he's hooked me completely on it ever since.
So did you guys just drink it straight, or do we have a little mixture going on here?
He likes either Diet Coke or Sprite.
Okay. Duly noted. Our Christmas package is being created right now. So
show up with a bottle and you'll be best friends.
We'll be as best friends ever. All right, that's perfect. We're on it.
As long as he doesn't hit me with a crowbar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lawrence loves crowbars. What's going on here?
It's funny. It's funny because that's really the weapon in the script, and before Lawrence was going to be in it. And I'm like, they're going to who's going to put this together and say we're just doing a Human Centipede 2 thing?
Well, it was nicely done. Jill, we really appreciate your time.
Call Girl on Facebook is Call Girl Short Film. I didn't want to do just Call Girl because we're going to lead to all kinds of problems. Yes.
We tried Googling Call Girl. Not a good idea. Yeah.
I didn't think about all of that beforehand, the promotion of it. Our Twitter's Call Girl Film, and then like my page on Facebook, Six Tape Productions.
Nice.
I really need to get it together and get sixtape.com, which will soon exist, I swear. Okay,
awesome. So just let us know so we can be able to kick that out to people.
Slaughtermoviehouse.com.
Say that one more time, sorry.
We've got slaughtermoviehouse.com. That one does exist.
Okay. We'll definitely be sending people to all those. Right. Excellent. We appreciate it, Jill. That's pretty much it that we have for you. Thanks for taking the time out of your evening for hanging out with us and having a brew or two. So, cheers to you, my friend.